Teresa sounded just awful on the phone.
Well, she's in a terrible predicament.
I know. I mean, the doctor said her body won't support both babies she's carrying.
Oh, so now she's got to choose. Go against her religious beliefs and have this procedure, or do nothing and risk both babies dying. It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, she must be going through hell right now.
Yeah, I know both these babies she's carrying are Gwen's and Ethan's, but still, I mean, you think about it, this gotta be tough on her, you know what I mean? I know how much she loves kids. You should see her with little Ethan to know that.
Yeah, but you know what? It's like you said. If she doesn't agree to it, then she could risk losing both babies. At least this way, she gets to save one of them.
Gwen and Ethan must be devastated too, huh?
So Teresa's really gonna have the procedure?
Yes.
She's not gonna change her mind?
Well, if she does, I have a little procedure of my own I'm gonna perform on her.
Rebecca, I need you to stop it, all right? She's going to have the procedure.
I'd really like you to start showing some compassion. Because, after all, we are losing a baby here, Mother.
To save the other. I mean, the end justifies the means.
It does not make the loss any less painful.
Honey, I know. I do, and it's just that, well, you're gonna have to start looking at the glass as half full as opposed to half empty. I mean, you are finally gonna be a mother.
I am, aren't I?
Yeah.
I really am gonna be a mother. Finally, I am going to have the baby that I have always dreamed about.
Yes, but which baby?
Well, Mihan, since you are determined to do this, which is it going to be, yours or Gwen's? Or are you going to leave it to chance, as Ethan wants?
I don't know, Mama. I don't know what to do. Now that the DNA tests are done, now that it's real, every fiber of my being is screaming at me to save my child. But that would mean sacrificing Gwen's.
It's not as easy playing God, is it?
Ethan says that, I should leave it up to nature. And that's kind of like letting it in God's hands. He said I should tell the doctor to save the baby that has the best chance of surviving, but I know he wants it to be his baby with Gwen's because it's her last chance of having her own child.
A baby that you have told me that you're planning on keeping.
Mama, please don't. I'm really upset and I'm confused and I don't know what to do.
Teresita, you don't have to do anything. You can just put your faith in God.
I can't, Mama. No, I realize now that it's not just up to me. It is up to Ethan and Gwen, too. I have to do what they want. Otherwise, I'm going to be responsible.
Wait a minute. Mr. Wheeler is your father? No, he can't be.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe it either. But I have proof. And now looking into your eyes, listening to your voice, I can't believe I didn't realize it sooner. So what'd you do? You have plastic surgery? Or was it to hide from us? Or did you change your face so when you looked in the mirror you could pretend that you weren't the same sniveling coward who abandoned your wife and children?
Luis, what are you saying?
What I'm saying is this man right here, this two-timing loser, is my dear old dad.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of a bird I knew could take me high as breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
No, Luis, you're mistaken. He is not your father. And whoever told you that is wrong.
Would you stop trying to protect him? All right, I know who the bastard is.
No, you don't.
And I have proof. So you can stop denying it, okay? He's Martin Fitzgerald.
You found proof?
Yeah, I found proof. Sam and I hacked into Crane Industries. And on their computer files, they have fingerprints everyone, so we took Mr. Wheeler's and matched them against Martin Fitzgerald's. And guess what? Perfect match.
I can't believe that you would trust anything that came from Alistair Crane. It's a lie, Luis. I know who he is. I'm his wife.
No, you are not his wife. My mother is his wife, okay? And if you hooked up with him, knowing that he was married, you're nothing but a slut.
Hey, don't you dare to speak to her like that.
It's all right.
It's just that Teresa seemed so overwhelmed on the phone earlier.
Yeah, we should go find her.
Yeah. Oh my God. Will you look at those babies? God, it's hard to believe we were ever that small, huh?
I know. But you know what I always got a kick out of was those tiny little fingernails, toenails, you know? And it's a miracle, the fact that a few tiny little cells can form this perfect little human being. I wouldn't want to be Gwen, Ethan, or Teresa right now.
Well, if I was Teresa, I don't know what I would do.
You know, when I was in college, I never gave much thought to birth control, you know? I just kind of figured it was a girl's responsibility and did my own thing, but it's not true, you know? Guys have to step up and take responsibility as well.
Yeah, I mean, except most guys don't realize that at all.
What do you do? What would you do if you were pregnant and found out there was something wrong with the baby?
Something wrong. Like what?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You know, something, anything. Some physical or mental problem that would prevent it from having a so-called normal life. What would you do? No, I know it's ridiculously hypothetical. I know. I'm just saying. You know, if you found that out, what would you do? Would you keep it?
This is enough to drive you insane. Honey, part of me wants to jump for joy for the baby that we're gonna have, but the other part of me, we're gonna have to have another funeral.
Sarah will be in heaven waiting for him or her. Think of it that way.
Honey, I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to get through this.
Of course you can, Gwen. No, you are my daughter. And we come from a long, long line of survivors. Besides, you have to. The other little baby's gonna be depending on you, and you are a mother.
Well, that's true.
That is assuming that Teresa keeps her word and gives you the baby.
She will. She's gonna do the right thing. Just I hope she will.
I've been telling you, Teresa, every step of the way that your actions, they were going to come back to haunt you.
Oh, Mama, please don't.
But you are my daughter. And I love you unconditionally, Teresa. And I hate the situation that you're in. And if there was anything I could do, anything to alleviate your pain, I would.
I know, Mama. I promise you wasn't supposed to be like this. I got implanted with Gwen and Ethan's embryo, Mama, because I needed a bargaining chip to get my son back. And when I thought that I miscarried, and I knew I had to get pregnant again by Ethan, but I wound up not miscarrying, Mama. And I wound up carrying my own child as well. And now one of these babies can live. And I'm supposed to make the decision. I don't know how I can do that, Mama.
I don't either. I wish I did.
You know, Mama, if I tell Dr. Russell just to take my baby, I don't think that I could live with myself, because I would carry that guilt with me for the rest of my life. And then if I tell her to take Gwen's baby, well, then I would be responsible for the loss of her child. I would be ending her and Ethan's last chance of them ever having a child of their own.
Teresa?
We're just about ready for you. Are you still sure you want it to be Gwen's baby we take?
What would you do?
Well, I mean, I pray to God I'm never in that kind of situation.
Yeah, no, I mean, totally, right? It's horrible, but, let's just say you were pregnant with a baby who had a mental or physical problem. I mean, what do you do? Would you keep it?
Well, I would never prevent its birth. Never.
As soon as Teresita has this procedure, I am going to grab my checkbook and I am going shopping. I am going to buy everything and anything that this little baby could use. Oh, and you're going to come with me.
No, I'm not.
Well, of course you are. And while we're at it, we're going to buy something nice for the mommy-to-be. Oh, and a nice little bauble for the mommy-to-be's mommy.
Let's call the grandmother.
Make that a great big bauble. Well, what do you say?
Mother, when this procedure is finished, if it's successful, one of my babies is gonna be gone, and even though the other one will have a chance to survive, this is really not the time to be celebrating.
Really, it's not.
Honey, I'm gonna go to the chapel. I'd like to say a prayer for one of those babies, okay?
Okay. I can come with you.
No, I think you should stay here if one of the doctors needs to talk to you, okay?
That little bitch Teresa had better keep her word, because if she doesn't, I'm going to tear her limb from limb, take her to the ocean, and feed her to the sharks.
Great. Will you just calm down? She's gonna do the right thing.
Teresa, did you sign the consent form that I left you?
Not yet.
Have you changed your mind about having the procedure?
No, Dr. Russell, I don't know which baby to save.
Teresa, you already made that decision. That's the reason we ran the DNA test on the baby, so that we would know which was which.
I know. But then I talked to Ethan, and he pleaded with me to let nature decide, so now I don't know what to do.
Oh, honey, see, that's the reason I didn't want to do the DNA. I didn't want you to be armed with that kind of information.
It's the reason why this procedure shouldn't be done. It should be left in God's hands.
No. No, Mama. I know how you feel. But I'm not going to be responsible for the death of 2 babies.
Well, Teresa, you're going to have to decide. And time is of the essence.
I will, Dr. Russell. It's just this decisions can affect so many people for the rest of their lives. I have to be sure I don't make a mistake.
I will not have you talk to her that way.
Yeah, well, if she stole another woman's husband, then she deserves it. And worse.
Maybe she didn't even know that he was married.
Sheridan has a point.
Oh, that'd be convenient, wouldn't it? Well, guess what? I'm not buying it. In fact, I'll bet she's the reason that you left in the first place, huh? Is that right, Pops? Huh? After I had 5 kids, what'd you get bored?
You don't know what the hell you're talking
You know
about.
what? I know exactly what I'm talking
Please,
about.
calm down. This man is my husband, Bob Wheeler. He is not your father, Louise.
You know what? Stop lying to me, all right? The both of you. I know the truth.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, the information in that database is not true. It's a lie.
Honey. There's no use pretending anymore. He knows.
Then you admit it.
That's right. So go ahead. Once you tell the rest of them what you told me.
Yes, I admit it. I'm Louise's father. I'm Martin Fitzgerald.
Holy Mary, You are a mother, and you must understand what I'm going through. Please welcome the soul of whichever of my babies is taken and watch over him or her. I know that this procedure is against the laws of the church. But if we don't do it, then both of my babies are gonna die, and I just don't see how it could possibly be a sin to want to save the life of one of these precious souls. But if it is a sin, I want you to put it on me and not Teresa. Because I was the one who pushed her to agree to this. She never would have agreed to it if it wasn't for Ethan and I who insisted. I just want to be a mother so badly. And maybe I am being selfish. I have so much love to give to a baby. Please understand why I had to do this, and please forgive me. And please let Ethan and me have a healthy baby of our own to love.
Well, I can't make a decision for you, Teresa.
I know. Well, you were right to warn me about the information. Because now that I have it, I want to make sure I do the right thing. But I also want to save my child. And as a mother, I know you understand that.
Yes, but Gwen is the mother of the other baby. And one day she may find out the truth, and if she does, she will know that you deliberately chose to save your own child over hers.
And then she would kill me.
She already blames you for the death of Sarah.
But that wasn't my fault.
I'm not saying that it was. But Gwen believes that. You want to be responsible for the deaths of 2 of her children? You want to carry that around for the rest of your life?
No. But I don't want to spend the rest of my life knowing that I didn't do everything that I could to protect my child. I don't know what to do.
How could you? How could you do this to us? How could you just walk out on your family? Leave us to fend for ourselves? I mean, come on, we had no idea if you were dead, you were alive, nothing!
I had no choice.
No, you always have a choice.
There were things going on then that you don't know about, Luis.
Really? Then please, just tell me how my mother, a saint on this earth, a mother who gave you 5 children, who cooked for you and cleaned for you and loved you with every ounce of her being and still does. Tell me how she made your life so miserable and how she drove you into the arms of this woman. Just tell me. Tell me about all the things that I had no idea what were going on, Papa. Well, I'm waiting. Or maybe there's just nothing to tell because in your heart you know what you did was indefensible.
Take it easy, Luis.
Why? Why? Because the man that my mother loved all these years, the man that she saved herself for, the man that she lit a candle for every night, prayed would come home to her, is nothing but a sleazy, spineless cheat.
Luis, please.
You know, for years, I fought the part of myself that wanted to believe that you would just abandon us. And I hated you for it. But deep down, I loved you because you're my father. I even prayed that you would come home every night. And I created this stupid fantasy that you were some superhero who, as much as you wanted to be home with us, couldn't because you were off protecting the world. And you know something? I think that's one of the reasons that I became a cop. so I could be like my fantasy dad. You're no superhero. You're no hero at all. You are as bad as Alistair Crane.
Luis, I know how this almost seemed to you, but you have to believe me, there's more to this, much more.
Really? Well, then why didn't you tell me? Well?
I'm not at liberty to do that right now.
Of course you're not. You're pathetic.
Whitney, just think about this. One of these days, we could have one of these.
Yeah.
Or many, you know. When I get married to you, I want a house full of kids.
No.
What do you mean, no? You don't want a lot of kids?
No, I mean, we can't get married. Fox, we can't ever get married.
You know, she has been hatching some kind of plot since she's been implanted with these embryos. It's just, what is it?
Mother, have you been talking to yourself?
Honey, I was just trying to decide what colors to buy for my daughter's child.
You know the words grandchild.
Anyway, you know those pale yellows and blah greens? Well, they're just too boring. Now, I want to buy this child bright and bold colors for a bright and bold life.
I like that.
Good.
I mean, just think. You know, if all goes well, very soon, Ethan and I are gonna be the parents of a healthy, beautiful baby of our own.
Yes. If all goes well.
How long have you been standing there?
Long enough. Still haven't made up your mind, have you? Teresa, please. Listen. Just leave it to the doctor. Leave it to God. Just let him direct their hands as to which baby to save. Please.
Ethan, Teresa knows how everyone feels, okay? But this is her decision.
Let's leave Teresa and Eve alone to talk, hmm? Come on.
Yeah.
Ethan. Ethan. I've watched you grow up. You are like another son to me. I'm so sorry that this has happened.
No, stop. It's not your fault.
Teresa told me everything. About the two babies and how they came to be. She's a good girl, Ethan. It's just that sometimes... I'm sorry that, once again, my daughter has been so impetuous.
So am I. When is she gonna learn that everything doesn't have to turn into a scheme, huh?
What Teresa did was terrible. Switching places with your surrogate. Having herself implanted with your embryo, and then thinking that she had miscarried. She pretended to be Gwen and tricked you into making love to her, but all she wanted was her son back. And she felt that trading your baby for hers was the only way she had left.
The only Teresa way.
Ethan, God knows that my daughter, she is not a saint, but she's not a monster. This all started because Rebecca and Gwen took little Ethan away from her. If they hadn't done that, none of this would have happened.
I know that. I know that. I don't condone what they did at all. At all. But there are other ways to work these things out.
Good, how? She tried the courts, Ethan, but she was up against Rebecca and the Crane power and money. They took her little baby away, Ethan, and you did nothing to stop it.
Laura, I had planned the whole time to give little Ethan back to her as soon as Gwen's and my baby was born.
Yes, but you should have never let them take him away in the first place. I'm sorry, Ethan. I love you, but You have to bear some of the responsibility in all of this. You do. You loved my daughter. You were going to marry her. And then, when you got Gwen pregnant, you left her.
I'm not proud of my behavior, I know. I know how much I hurt Teresa when I married Gwen, but I do love Gwen. I think she should have just left us alone. Teresa should have never followed us to California. Gwen never would have fallen. Sarah would be fine now.
Ethan, wait. Teresa, she did not follow you to California. She went out there to try to get away from you and Gwen. Trust me, she had no idea that you were in Los Angeles. And as far as Gwen losing baby Sarah, yes, it was a tragedy. But it was an accident, and you know that, even if Gwen doesn't. Ethan, if you had been honest with Gwen when you found out that Teresa was out there, and she had not found out on the news, then this accident would have never happened. Baby Sarah would be alive today. Gwen's ovaries wouldn't have been damaged, and you wouldn't have needed a surrogate, and none of this would have happened. There's plenty of blame to go around for everyone, Ethan.
You're right. You are right. And I'm sorry for my part in it all. But it was never my idea to take little Ethan away from her, ever.
But you went along with it. Wait. Don't get me wrong. I hate what my daughter did. I do. But my poor Teresa has had a lot of loss in her life. Her father, her brother, her son, her home, her job. God, Ethan, all you and Gwen had to do was give her little Ethan back. And none of this would have happened.
Okay, Teresa, now you have to make a decision. Okay, because at this point, every minute that we wait, every minute that those babies fight for oxygen and nutrients means there's less chance that either one of them will survive.
God, Teresa.
So what's it gonna be? Your baby? Gwen's? Or are you just gonna leave it to the doctors?
Well, hold on a second, Whitney. What do you mean we're not gonna get married? Of course we can get married eventually.
No. Fox, we can't.
Well, why not? We both love each other, right?
Well, love isn't enough.
Whitney, of course love is enough. Does this have anything to do with your parents' marriage breaking up by chance?
Well, you know what? Now that you bring it up, I thought their marriage was gonna last forever. I thought Sam and Grace were gonna be together forever. I mean, their marriage was supposed to be so rock solid. So if there's no hope for them, then there's certainly no hope for either of us.
No hope for... Wait, hold on. Okay, first of all, Sam and Grace, they broke up because Grace found out she had a husband somewhere she didn't even know about because of the amnesia, right? Right? I've never had amnesia. Have you?
No.
Okay, so I think we're okay. I mean, unless you got some husband hiding away somewhere that you don't know about, or some big, deep, dark secret that you're keeping from me, I think we're okay.
No, I don't have any.
No secrets?
Right.
Okay, perfect. Then we're fine. We can get married, we can have a house with a nice white picket fence. I mean, unless, you know, of course you don't like white picket fences. It's not a deal breaker by any means, you know. We can have as many kids as you want. We'll have a golden retriever to slobber all over us.
No, Fox.
Well, we can have a black lab, a chocolate lab, a chihuahua, and name it Alice. I really don't care.
That's not what I mean.
Well, then tell me what exactly it is that you mean. Whitney, because I thought you loved me.
No, Fox, I do love you.
Good. Good, because I love you too, Whitney, and usually when two people love each other, they get married. Which is what I want to do. I want to be husband and wife with you, you know? Sickness and health, till death do us part. I want to have a family with you. I was actually thinking we could grow old together. I don't get it. Why does that bother you so much to hear me say that? And don't say it's because you're afraid we're going to break up, because that's not going to happen.
Well, I feel terrible.
I'm sorry, Ethan. That wasn't my intention at all. I hate what that is I did to try to get little Ethan back, but I can't blame my daughter completely. She was a desperate mother trying to save her child.
And now Gwen is an equally desperate mother trying to save her child. And in spite of my religious beliefs, we pushed Teresa to have this procedure.
Well, Teresa, let's at least sign the consent form. Without that, we can't perform the procedure, and both babies would die. There. Okay. Now the big question. Which child do you want us to take?
I don't know.
Honey, the clock is ticking.
Just save the baby that has the best chance of living. Don't tell me which one is which. I'll leave that in God's hands.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Oh, honey. Oh, I know how hard this is. I know. And let me tell you, as a doctor, as a mother, and as a friend, you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing.
It's not that I don't want to tell you everything, Luis. It's just, I just can't right now.
It doesn't matter anyway. I wouldn't believe a damn word you said. You're nothing but a liar.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah, well, you weren't sorry when you ran out on us before, were you? God help my mom when she finds out the truth. So what were you gonna do? Are you just gonna leave town without even telling us who you are?
I was afraid that after all this time that it would be too painful.
Wow. So considerate. You didn't seem to give a damn when you ran out on us the first time, though, did you?
That's not true.
No, the hell it isn't. Let me tell you something. You destroyed 6 lives when you ran out on us. And we have never recovered. I want to make sure that you never recover either, you bastard.
Please, please! Oh my God!
Let me go, Sam. Take it easy. Come on, Papa. Come on.
No.
I'm not gonna fight you, Luis. I love you. You're my son. I don't want to hurt you.
It's a little late for that.
Stop it! Please stop!
Come on. You better fight me. Luis. Because I'm gonna kill you, you bastard.
No!
Calm down. That's enough.
All right, come on, Whitney, please tell me, talk to me. What's going on here?
You really see us being happy like that?
I do. Of course I do. And look at me. Hey, we're not gonna repeat our parents' mistakes, all right? We're gonna learn from them. And we're not gonna ship our kids off to boarding school like I was. We're gonna raise them hands-on, with family dinners, family vacations. And we won't keep secrets from each other, okay? We'll talk about everything. Everything. There's no surprises. And if something comes up, Whitney, then we'll just deal with it, you know? So it doesn't have a chance to fester.
I can't do this to him. He's too good. I can't trick him into thinking this baby is his when it isn't.
Hey, listen. I want to be with you forever. You, me, and any beautiful children we may have together. I want a perfect, loving family. That's what I've always dreamed of.
I'm sorry. I can't be what you want me to be.
Okay, why? Why not?
I just can't, okay?
Whitney, wait a
You're gonna do the procedure?
Yes. Yeah. Which baby did you decide to keep? I chose to leave it up to God, Mama.
I told Dr. Russell that she should save the baby that has the best chance.
Thank you. I won't forget this. Ever.
Eve, is it time? I'm just about ready to go. Lois just in the chapel sang a prayer for you. And, for the soul of the baby we're about to lose.
Thank you, Gwen.
Teresa, I know how you feel about this. And I feel the same way. But please just try to remember that we're doing this to save the life of a baby. And I really, truly believe that God understands.
I hope so.
And I want to thank you for agreeing to do this. And for saving one of our babies and for letting me be a mother. I'm never going to forget this. This is the kindest, most generous, selfless thing. Teresa, there's no way I can ever repay you for this.
Dear God, please let the baby you saved be Gwen's. Please give her this shot at happiness. And give her her child.
Louise, you have got to calm down. Fighting won't solve anything.
Yeah, Will, I want to make my son of a bitch father understand how much I hate him for what he's done to us.
Well, you've already done that.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm just beginning. I want to make that man feel as much pain as he's caused us.
Think about Pilar, right? She wouldn't want you to act this way.
I am thinking of her. Because when she finds out that her beloved husband just ran off and abandoned us for this woman, it's gonna kill her.
Oh my God! I don't feel his pulse. You killed him, Louise. You killed your father.
She is sacrificing her own child to help Gwen.
What are you talking about? Those babies that Teresa's carrying are Gwen's.
And you're certain you can live with the decision you've made?
Yes.
So now my mother's gonna survive all this.
Starting Sunday, an NBC event.
Go ahead, Doc. Make my day.
Crossing Jordan and Las Vegas come together for one great case.
Stand back. I can pick this lock in like 5 seconds. Really? I can do it in like 1.
A murder in Boston
How did this guy die?
Tissue was cooked from the inside out.
leads all the way to Vegas,
If you think you're running this show, you're sadly mistaken.
where things really heat up. Booyah! One murder, 2 shows. It all starts Sunday on Crossing Jordan and continues Monday on Las Vegas.